Welcome to the second episode of Student Spotlight. We're now joined with Catherine Williams, who's part of the British sailing team. So, how long have you been participating in this sport?
I started windsurfing when I was 10 and I started racing when I was 12 and now I'm 21, so I've done it 11 years and racing for 9.
Wow, that is a long time. You've got a lot of experience then. And so you coach young sailors, so what made you want to do that?
Well, I think selfishly at the beginning I probably just wanted a bit of pocket money, but before I ever coached any windsurfers, I used to play quite a lot of hockey. So I volunteered at the local club just coaching every week basically, and I really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed watching the girls get better and progress. I enjoyed just like being out there trying to better my skills as well. And I thought, I can kind of windsurf. I can try and transfer it into another sport. And actually, I really, really enjoyed coaching windsurfing. And there's something about being able to pass on the knowledge that you know into someone else and almost pass that baton onwards that I just found really gratifying.
Definitely, I bet it even motivates you even more.
Absolutely. And I think being able to work with the team of coaches that I have along the years is just incredible as well.
Definitely. And so how is it to balance your degree of sport science with the sport?
I mean, to be honest, I am probably one of the worst people to ask about this. I personally don't have any balance. I can basically do one thing to my fullest potential. So when I'm in Portland doing the windsurfing, I'll just go all in on that specific thing and I can't think about education. But then when I come to Exeter, I really associate here with uni. So I just go all in on doing my degree and getting my work done, basically. But it's just making sure that I do actually come back to Exeter every couple of days, a couple of weeks to really just like keep that ticking over. And then I can focus all my other time on my campaigning.
With the sport of sailing, would you say it's accessible to everyone?
Unfortunately not. I think sailing is probably one of the sports where it's the least accessible, especially when you compare it to something like, say, running. All you really need is a pair of shoes and most people can go out and try and go for a run, where sailing, not only you need to be within some sort of radius of like a body of water to go, you probably need to learn to swim before you can think about going sailing, or at least be safe in the water. Then if you're a kid, you probably need someone to be willing to take you there, then the money to get you into it and do the activities. It's actually quite, unfortunately, it's not very accessible, but I think as a sport we try to think about ways that we can get more people into it, and there's a lot of some amazing initiatives out there that's starting to get that ball rolling and make it more accessible to everyone.
Definitely. Would you want to be involved in that?
Yeah, absolutely. At some point I would love to be involved with how we're going to make it more accessible, because I know that I'm just like a very fortunate individual that I just happen to have all the right things lined up for me so that I could participate, and not only just participate at the highest level as well.
Definitely. And so what would you say is the most challenging part?
Oh wow. Of racing or just in general?
In general really.
Challenging part. I think it's definitely changed over the years. Probably when I was younger, it was just balancing life and school and, trying to put all my time into this. But then, say it's in the middle of January in winter in North Wales, it's freezing. It's probably snowing or hailing. Loads of wind, and there's not enough daylight in the day to be able to go before or after school. But in today's campaigning, I think I have a variations of things, but one thing will always be actually being able to financially fund the campaign. At the top level is always really, really difficult, and being able to collaborate with sponsors and stuff to try and bridge the gap. But also, I like to describe it as Olympic campaigning in any sport, I think, is like this puzzle, and with every step you get and you complete, the puzzle just gets more and more complicated. So almost trying to piece it all together for you to be able to perform at your highest level but also at the right time is really, it's challenging, but it's really fun.
Definitely, you get a lot out of it.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
And so with that, looking back over the years, what has been like your favourite memories?
Oh, wow. I think I have some career highlights in terms of, I think I was never a very good youth sailor at all. But I think winning my first Welsh nationals, and then within a year of competing, I won my first British nationals. I think I was quite shocked that I was, maybe I can do this. Maybe I'm okay at this. And then just like keeping at it over the years. And then under 21s, I think 5th of the Europeans and top 10 somewhere in the world. But to be honest, like my greatest achievements and stuff, it's good. The highs are high, but actually it's the process of doing it that I absolutely loved. There's nothing quite like being out in the middle of the ocean with no one there with you, and just like this peace and quiet that you get, but also like ripping around at like 30 miles an hour on the water with all your mates as well.
Yeah.
It's it's a pretty unique feeling. Pretty cool.
But that's so freeing.
Yeah. And especially like I grew up doing it in North Wales, and it's absolutely stunning there, especially in the middle of summer, Oh, yeah, can't beat it.
Yeah, my friend Megan's from Carnarvon in your town, and she says the same.
Yeah.
She loves it.
Everyone needs to come visit at some point. It's stunning up there.
Definitely. And so, to finish, what would you say is on the horizon, pardon the pun?
Well, actually, it's been a bit in the making, but weirdly, I today have just announced that I'm retiring from windsurfing, which has been a bit of a journey, but actually my next step now is I'm transitioning into a new Olympic sailing class, which is the kite foiling. That was just introduced at the Paris 2024 Games and is going to be at the LA 2028 Games. So I cannot kite at the minute, but the process of learning is going to be quite an interesting one. And I'm basically going to go on a sabbatical this winter and go on a world tour, trying to learn and find people to come on the journey with me, pretty much.
Wow, that's so exciting. That is wow, that's amazing. You feeling nervous for it?
Well, to be honest, usually I'm a bit of a planner, and I know what I'm doing in my life, and I know when I'm doing things and who with. But with this challenge, I guess, honestly, all I've done is I've booked my flights and I have somewhere to stay, and that's about it. I think everything else is just going to be let's get on this journey and just see where it takes me. And I think, on Thursday I'll fly to Brazil for 3 weeks and try and piece all together there, come back for Christmas, and then on the 1st of January I'll go to Mexico for 2 months. Oh. So, just see what's going on there.
What a way to start off 2025 straight away.
Absolutely. And you know what, if I have all 4 limbs and my head still attached to my body by this time next year, I've ticked the box.
Definitely. I think that's where all good journeys begin, just not really knowing, just having some sort of idea. I think that's amazing. Definitely.
Yeah, someone described this to me as being in the process of becoming. That I feel like I'm going to need that over this winter for sure.
Definitely.
So I know there'll be a point where I look back and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I had a lovely life windsurfing, and I decided to completely just change it up and do something new.
I think it will be for the best, definitely. So, well, on that note, thank you for coming. This is the second episode, and good luck, and it's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.